Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll figure this out. At least the game's showing. If the music's still with me. Which audio? The music? That's weird. It makes no sense. I don't know. I'm not worrying about it. Because if it is, we can't stream because. I'm doing something, by the way. I don't know if you can hear me talking, but I'm doing something. So I can't check it right now.
Cereal for lunch, man, I eat that in the afternoon. Yeah, that's how I get my day started. Yeah, what you know about a Hey Arnold? Cartoons where I learned all my lessons. Biggie said sky's the limit, I'm George Jetson.
Watch cartoons, eat cereal, and hook my iPod up to my stereo. Now a lot of y'all thinking I'm a weirdo, but y'all be living in the box, so Cheerio. All I do is watch cartoons.
There we go. It was a little too loud in my ear. Yeah, you know what it is? I think those headphones are weird. I think it's the headphones, not anything. Because theoretically, what Twitch is, or what OBS takes is the audio coming from the headphones. And I think the headphones are a little broken. They're like older ones. So that's why I switched from to this to see if that worked. And it seems that did. So I think that's what it was. I think. Oh, and yes, and the unified chat is working. Finally. I'll show you guys what it looks like. So this is going to be, if anyone comments on Mixer or YouTube, it'll be on here too, so you can see it says Twitch. So I can see all three chats at once. How do y'all thinking I'm a weirdo? Watch cartoons and eat cereal. And I pot up to my stereo. But a lot of y'all thinking I'm a weirdo. By the way, you can see I've been quitting games if I Which means I can hide chat here, actually, which makes this bigger. I can do that, which slows the computer process, which is nice. I don't know if I have time to go into a game. I guess I will. I actually, the gameplay in terms of like lagginess hasn't been bad for me. Y'all thinking I'm a weirdo? Jovic has scored like 300 goals this week. I know he doesn't look like he's good. He had this horrible record before that. He keeps scoring on my goals. I'm already getting copyright claims on my YouTube video. Fine then. I'll do non-copyright music. There you go. Fucking hell. That's the most annoying part about streaming on YouTube, is you have to use non-copyright music. I actually have, yeah, like connection-wise, it hasn't been bad. I've just been, I've been facing way better opponents for what my record is than I normally do, which makes sense, I guess, for the weekend, what a weekend it is, like Ultimate Tots. So like some good players with some bad records. Like look at this team right here. This team right here, and I'm what, 13 and like 10? So like I've been playing like way better teams, good players, and then I've just not been playing well because I haven't played FIFA in a while, like before this weekend, because I didn't play last weekend or anything. Ah, shit. I'll rush that one. Oh, bad pass.
Wait. Notice the innocent seconds pass by. They mean nothing now. Everything once they've escaped us. Reality's a prison.
I think my computer's having a heart attack, Felix, for the first time streaming. Because it is not, it's very not stuttery at all. I think it's my computer having a fucking heart attack.
It's falling apart and no one can see it.
I really need to improve it, I just have no money.
Free from the limitations of this universe. Take my hand. Shatter the bonds of our oppressive existence. We will find ourselves somewhere.
Fucking Christ.
A place worlds away from here.
Jesus Christ. Well, then maybe it's the Elgato, which would be part of the PC, though. It could be the Elgato from the Move. I don't know. I'm not getting a new one, so if it does stop working, then there goes the streams. Which would be fine anyways. No one watches them anyways. Gives me time, though, because FIFA's done it. I'm not playing FIFA after this weekend. Well, I'll play FIFA, but I'm not playing, like, Weekend League or anything like that after this weekend. So, this is my last weekend league, which is nice to say. Oh my god, quick hands Neuer. Dude, Bernardo Silva's first touch is like he's like a 64 overall bronze. It's insane. He's such a good player, but he has the worst touch, which makes no sense because he's like, gotta be one of the better touches, I would assume, in the Premier League. IRL. Ooh, not a foul. Oh my fucking god. Thank you. Woo! Ah, shit, I went right into the wrong one. He did a move in the middle there that I just did not tell him to do. Fuck. Jesus Christ. I think these are a little too big for my head. Damn, good ball. Thank you. Oh, wow. That felt great. Well, I mean, he just ran right into me, but whatever. Of course, goes back to him. Get a defender in a good position, you don't get rewarded. No? Okay, well, it's gonna work out. Damn, Daniel, back again. That was a bad pass, though. Ooh! I had a pass that because I was going to go out of bounds. I didn't mean to do the fake shot right there. Felix, you're still in the chat. I will join. I see you guys are in the call. I'll join it and when the game's over. Pass it. Oh my god. I guess that's Team of the Year almost, whatever. Can't get too mad at that, right? Fuck. Oh, good pass. Try to pass it straight sideways. Just go run and get it, you fucking fat ass. My ants can't even pass in a straight line. What are you fucking doing? What good are you standing in the goalie box? Like when? Oh my god! What good do you add to the team there? Thank you. Damn. I wish the heel to heel was as good as it used to be. Big tough alpaca, big tough. Damn, Ronaldo's dribbling through me there. I kind of let him though, to an extent. Ah, I should have waited. I should have turned. I didn't notice it was Jovic was going to be the one receiving it. He's not bad of a passer, but He's also, I gotta be careful. I can't just like 360 pass with him like I can with some people. I did a skill move there, if you're wondering. Yes, Adair. Fucking hell! Took long enough. Oh, caught me mid-skill. Bernardo Silva's dribbling is the worst I've ever seen. He's the worst dribbler on the team. I have a team of Jovic and fucking Desai. And Bernardo Silva's the worst dribbler in the team. I kid you not. Run, Aguero, you fast fuck. Oh, no. Ow. Yes. Yes, Bernardo. I love that, Bernardo. Clean him out. Alpaca, this shirt is from the International Conference in 2013. Dating myself there, but... Oh, I should have timed! Is it lagging or is it my eyes? The gameplay seems... from what Felix said, the gameplay is laggy. Could be Elgato from the move. Sometimes it fixes itself. It's the first time loading it up, too, since I moved. So sometimes it could be the that. Hopefully it's not the Elgato broken or anything like that. Take it again. Oh, okay. Aguero kicked it backwards. That makes sense. Realistic. Damn, Ronaldo's big boy. Nope. Nope. I didn't like that passing. Oh, it's probably his ball. Okay, thank God. I was waiting for that to be his ball. Let's make some subs here. Havertz is a little tired. I think we bring on Trezeguet. Now I'm debating. Bernardo's been bad. I'll just do that, yeah. But we're not going to be playing too much gameplay. We're going to be recording the podcast after this game's over. So hopefully that won't matter. The lag. The Elgato, because we're not going to be recording through the Elgato. Pay to lose, motherfucker! Pay to fucking lose. He hasn't even been a bad player. Like, I don't even know why I did that, but that was a culmination of all the people I've played against this week. Of just people who just who sprint to the corner, scoop cross. This guy's probably gonna catch up, and he might deserve it. He's been a good opponent, but that was just me taking out on some other people I've played this weekend. You got Tots Aguero? Hey, I worked hard for it. I at least played Weekend League. I didn't get it like Gold 3 or something. It was Gold 2. So I was guaranteed a Premier League player. Just happened to be like the best one. One of the best ones. Oh, Danny! What are you doing with that touch? Thank you. Good defense. Good defense. Ow. When the bass drops and the dab starts. That guy turns on the stream. Yes, he's calling his goalie, turns on the stream and sees that. I would just commit. Okay, stop the music here. Go to FUT Live. Does that at least look normal?
And it's just like, that is just so weird to me that people think like that.
Hello.
Don't get it either, to be honest.
Hi. Long time no talk.
I know. Hey, gold 3, let's go. We've hit the promised land. 3 more games this weekend. It's gonna be like play one game, kill myself, play another game, kill myself. That's how it's going this weekend.
Man, I've just talking to Sergey about this, man. The gameplay this weekend is just something, man. Literally so bad.
I mean, it's never really good, but everyone's
That's the thing,
on.
it's not.
It usually is nowhere close to as bad as this for me.
But I feel like you've said this like 4 or 5 times. I've heard you say this.
Every single time we get recorded.
I have a couple of games every weekend. You'll have a couple of games that were just bad, but this weekend is the vast majority of my games. That's the difference.
I definitely heard you say this before.
Like I try and avoid playing in the afternoon usually because that's when the gameplay is the worst. I was playing at 11 in the morning and the gameplay was horrible today, and usually it's clean and smooth. It's just it's horrible.
We got a rest of the world
I've said this a few times. Like there are recurring issues with the gameplay, depending on what's going on in the game, but it's not been that bad in quite a while, I would say.
Sorry, I got distracted by the rest of the world, guarantee.
Viorina is what we need in my life. Dude, this is the time I want the left back. Felix, I bet I get Dabur.
Well, that's a decent card, though.
But I don't want Dabur. I want the left back for once.
I feel like when you score with Dabur, is mandatory to dab, just because his name is...
Yeah, but see, I'd give me a striker for ultimate dots and give me a left back now. Like, you know, that's...
Enjoy your Quagliarella.
Oh fuck. But he's not a bad. He's not a bad card though. Compared to the left back,
he's pretty bad.
I'm fairly confident I'm gonna get Sarabia.
If I get Sarabia again, I already have him untradeable.
I have Sarabia. Actually, he's a really nice card. I actually enjoy this card.
I do like him as well. I just already have him untradeable.
He's actually a good card. Like, I'm not even joking.
Oh,
like,
but yeah, you don't want him from the ultimate tots.
Yeah, of course not. But he's a good card.
Yeah, no, I like
He's
him.
not bad. Yeah.
I bring him on sometimes.
Rob, you've already got Aguero. Like, you can't say.
No, yeah, I know. I've literally since Aguero, I've gotten the worst one in every single one, basically.
I've got.
I've only got left backs and right backs and goalkeepers. So
my best one in terms of usability was Mariano.
He's good.
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at the big team of the seasons that I could have got, just
if you can't think about what you could have got, you should think about
what I did get. Yeah, and it's shit.
I mean, it's not bad, Mariano's. I'm saying.
Yeah, but if him and Viorina are the only good ones you get, it's a bit tough.
You could be me. You could be me, man. You could be me. Just relax.
What's the best one to get, do you think?
Me?
Best card? No, just best card to get from this one. I'm about to open it.
Of Viorina, in my opinion.
Viorinia is solid. I don't even
He's
know
got
who's in there.
Viorina's got 4-star, and you know, he's almost a 90 everywhere. You know.
I probably should make it so that there you go, the stream can see it. I don't even know what is that. Czech Republic. Sick. I mean, we'll move with these in games.
I could almost
Who's
make a
the-
full special Portuguese team.
Yeah,
His name
Skov
is, hey, his name basically says suck. I don't know. Susek, Thomas Susek. High, 6'4", 3-star, 2-star. Sick.
What's his?
I mean,
Oh my god.
this could be stats-wise. This could be the best card in the game. You need icons to link him. He's fucking impossible to link. He's Czech from the Czech league. What can you do with that?
Is he actually got good stats?
No.
Or?
68
Not really,
acceleration,
no.
71 sprint speed, 62
You know who-
agility.
I haven't looked at the in-games, but that Varela card looks quite nice.
Yeah, but this dude's stats is... Oh man, Jesus is bad.
Yeah, the
Who's Skov?
was not good at all.
No, Suchek.
Do you like the Skov card?
I haven't had a look, to be honest. I mean, I know he has a record breaker that was fairly decent.
This guy's a Skov.
Yeah, that's alright. That's a good card. That's a really good card. 3-star is a bit of a letdown, but the rest of the card is great.
I mean, I use Felix a lot, and he scores a lot of goals.
Dennis wants me to say hello.
Hello to my little friend.
There's
Such-
two
oh
Dennis
yeah, Suchek.
in the
Yeah,
stream.
yeah, not Susek. Suchek. Yeah, I know. I mean, outside of EA Play, what's going on in FIFA now? Anything? Nothing? Ultimate thoughts?
Dynamic difficulty is going on. People adamant
we
it
talked
exists.
about that last week, though, or whatever, last time we recorded.
I'm
We could
doing a
get EA's
statistical
thoughts,
test.
Yeah, and
I
so we
will-
can talk about the test, not like your thoughts necessarily, but if you want to talk about the
But I will need more data. Like, not a lot of people are committed to filling it out.
I stopped last night because I was just like, I was in a bad place last night.
Yeah, but that's the problem, right? That's when you need to fill out.
Well,
the
it's because I
stuff,
kept
otherwise-
quitting, so I don't actually get to see the stats.
Oh.
Because if you
fair
quit, it sends you back. Because I was quitting every time I was losing, basically.
Mm.
If it was 2-0 or if it was in the second half, I just quit. Because I was just trying to get through games last night.
Fair enough.
But yeah, we can talk.
I
Are
just
you playing
completely
Weekend
forgot
right now?
about the thing. If I'm honest.
I think I just want to see if there's any significant patterns. You know?
Mhm.
I don't think I can do any real statistical tests with such little data, but what I can do is observations. But that's it. Indications and all.
But so you were playing Weekend League or no?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I did play a little bit, and it was. I was 2-0, and then I got absolutely shafted in 2 games. 2 90th minute goals conceded, and I was like, whatever. I don't know. I'll think about it.
Yeah, that's basically. I was gonna stop like earlier in the week, but earlier this weekend, but I started off like 5-1.
And yeah, I'm 3-2. It's only gonna get worse unless I get somehow easier opponents. But I don't know.
That's what I was saying before. I was like,
I got
that
easy
opponent I
opponents,
just played was. I mean, he wasn't a good opponent, but he had an amazing team for what I was on. Horrible form.
The people just shoot from anywhere, and it's just so frustrating. It's like everyone has got fucking red Havertz and red Agueros and red fucking everything, and they just shoot from anywhere.
I need to
without
start
any
shooting with
skill.
Aguero because when I'm losing, I just start shooting with him, and it goes in like probably like 85%.
Yeah, you just shoot it first time, man. It's just so.
You don't need to
broken.
time it
It's
with
just-
him.
Yeah, no, with any players, like literally, you don't time it with any player. All this mechanic is like, it doesn't make that much of a difference.
And then I just get people sprinting to the corner and scoop volleying, crossing. Makes me want to
Yeah.
dink off.
You know what? It's just bring out the keeper as they do.
Yeah,
that.
into the middle of
And-
the box, yeah, and I'll punch it or catch it or something.
I managed to block the crosses most of the time, actually.
Yeah, but sometimes your defender like blocks it and it goes back to him, and then he's like completely free to do it. It happens a lot,
Yeah,
at
fair.
least.
I don't really concede a lot of crosses, though, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, maybe it's a European thing, like where less people do it. I don't know. But in
Oh,
America, it's just
they spam it. Trust me, man, they spam it. Well, not everyone, but there's a lot of people who just
Yeah, I
do
faced
that
more
shit
this weekend.
non-stop all game.
Some guy was doing it
like
to me
literally.
nonstop, and then he messaged me saying, "Oh, someone else was messaging me too." But oh wait, let me go to it. He was spamming the scoop cross every single time he got down, and he messaged me after he beat me. I quit. Well, that was when my internet cut out, so I was gonna quit anyways if he scored there, but my internet just cut out. I don't know what happened, and he said meta abusing trash when he was the one scoop crossing the entire time. I was like, wait. So I just said what? He said you're trash. I was like, I think you're talking about the wrong person. I don't do the meta stuff other than like La Croqueta. And he said you're trash. I said, well, I am trash though. But someone else just messaged me. Little piece of advice: give up on the moves because you're really not that good at them. Didn't
You win?
I win? I've been doing way more like skill moves this weekend. I've gotten 3 red cards against the other team got a red card against me. They just keep sliding in and diving in like crazy. Just keep
People are getting in.
like 5 or 6 yellow cards a game.
Either you play like you play spammers, so if you get like a little bit of luck and you get a card, like they start just sliding because they're so desperate for, I don't know, to win.
That guy messaged me also had 99 Messi. He had Ronaldo. He had Hullet. The team was just like significantly better than mine somehow.
I have 20 million coins. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I mean, what's the point of even building the best team anymore? It's like there's just no point.
Do you want to get started?
Yeah. Sure. I want to see if that guy messaged me. I'll say it on stream. But yeah, let me hit record here. I wonder what happened with Joey. He's just not here. Dead today. I don't know. What is going on, everybody? It's Armstrong back in for another episode of FUT Live, and today we have a very special episode. We are missing Joey. That's not why it's special, as much as that some people may be happy with that. But we do have Mr. Trademaster, who we mentioned on the podcast before, the Agia, to talk about his experience at EA Play out in California. Got to play FIFA 20, so we'll pick his brain on that. Obviously, there's going to be... It's only like kickoff, so we'll have to... It's not really Ultimate Team. I don't know. So we'll pick his brain with that, though. So, Agia, how are you doing? Thank you for joining us today, being here live.
Fantastic. Thank you for having me.
No problem.
Sad that I can't make fun of Joey when he's not here.
I know he's been the only one. Felix and I basically spend like 5 to 10 minutes praising you every week. I don't know if you listen every week, but Joey just starts ripping on you and ripping on all traders. And when you finally have a chance to defend yourself, he doesn't show up. I don't know what that says.
You could still make fun of him though.
Oh yeah, I guess you can. Yeah.
It's the same way how he sends me a DM, so it's like, thank you for the trading help, and then backstabs me after.
Wow, proper snake.
I hope he listens to this and he's just like getting roasted the entire episode.
I mean, there's not much you need to say to roast him, anyways.
The man scared his dog.
That was the best story, man. That was so good. Punching the table in half. Did you hear that as well?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, he broke his glass table and she scared the dog.
And cut his hand in the process.
I mean, you're asking if you're playing FIFA 19 with a glass table in front of you. You're just you're asking for it.
It's a recipe for disaster.
Okay, yeah. So before we get into Gia's story about EA Play, we have to tell you about cardsplug.com. Use code FUTLIVE to get yourself a card. I have my Lua card sitting next to me. I'm not going to pull it out because I don't want to reach for it. But I have my Lua card. I have a Schweinsteiger card already. So yeah, they're very nice cards. And as you can see in the background if you are watching live, this is a new area for me to record. And we just moved. So I'm going to actually want to pick up some more cards probably and actually hang them up now. So you might see those popping up in the background. So yeah, go to cardsplug.com/FUTLive or just go to cardsplug.com and use promo code FUTLive at checkout to get a discount. So yeah, you were in California, which already sounds better than being in playing FIFA. So, but you were at EA Play, right?
I was playing FIFA though. So.
You were playing FIFA, but it wasn't California. I guess I think everyone would be a lot less stressful if they were playing FIFA 19. You could just walk outside and it was California weather. But
yes, I mean, I did stand in line for 2.5 hours in the roasting sun.
Ooh,
to be able to play.
I'd say you got
Like,
Tanner, but I don't know if that's the thing.
well, no.
But yeah, so so let's just start off so we know what questions to ask. What were you able to do like at EA? Like what was available to play, like touch and kind of play around
Just
on?
kick off, and just kick off.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can only play with a few teams. I don't know if you guys watched my video or read my Reddit post.
I didn't read the
Um,
Reddit post, but I did watch the video.
Same actually, yeah.
But I didn't even know you had the Reddit post. I missed that. Sorry, I would have read it. But
I'm not really on Reddit anymore a lot.
It's the same thing. I just broke it down because they don't let you post YouTube videos on Reddit. So.
yeah, the self promo or something like that. But yeah, so obviously it's kickoff, so I think that pulling too much information from EA Play is kind of bad in that sense, where because there's really no servers involved. There's not like once you get online, it's a completely different game. And I don't know if you guys have played kickoff in FIFA 19 out there listening, but I mean it doesn't feel like the same game as even like Ultimate Team or even like career mode even seems different than kickoff. So kickoff is really hard to pull like real information from, but I think in terms of maybe mechanics, it's able to. So like what first did you feel that was the most different from 19?
Yeah, I mean, I try to compare to 19 kickoff and just see the core mechanics as I explained before, right? So I think the main thing that to start with is the slowness of the gameplay. And that was comparing to kickoff this year. So, like, I know kickoff is slower, but you have to compare it to what it is now.
Mm-hmm.
And it was definitely very, very slow. And you had so much time. It just felt like you were waiting for the pass to reach someone. It was, yeah. But
Oh, God.
again, that kind of made the players seem faster that are fast.
Mm-hmm. Almost like because like I feel like one of the things this year was as much as pace is a factor. And like there's always the joke, like I think Atani says it always every time a new special card comes out, he always says like they're 92 rated, but that's really they just have 92 pace and they're like 65 rated. But he always just says like pace matters, but that's kind of going back. I feel like so I guess if the gameplay was slower and you're feeling pace more, could it be like bringing back players that are faster, like I don't know, like even like a Leroy Sané could be a higher up tier player from the start of the year.
Yeah, but I mean, FIFA's always been about pace, and
Yeah.
it's gonna only get worse. So that's just how it's gonna be. And
I did think this year was a
is-
step in the right direction on that front in FIFA 19. I don't know about you guys.
I
As bad as it
don't
is,
think so.
I think that because I don't know when I use players like Aguero who have good dribbling and good balance and agility and the pace, they just feel faster. So like they feel good there. But you can't just like get a player with like 99 pace and just win every battle like you could like maybe the older
I'm a bit
FIFAs.
torn on this one. I like that generally pace is not as important anymore, but I hate it that fucking 60 pace centre backs can catch up with my attackers who have 99 pace. That's a bit over the top.
Mhm.
I
Yeah, I
think,
guess it's pace and dribbling
they
kind of
need
go
to
into
fix
it.
they need to fix the catching up issue, and then it's alright, I think.
Yeah, I think that 99 pace was a bit too much. Like that's the defenders with the 99 pace is a bit too much.
Oh yeah, when you get to like these special cards and like even my Eder Militao.
No, it's in the catch up when
Oh,
like I'm saying
yes,
when
yeah.
you're through. But at least when I played it, it didn't feel like they were able to catch up. So that's a good aspect of it. But anyways, let's carry on in terms of other things like physics were really nice, like jumping mechanics, like the way the Ramos jump for the ball was really cool and really nice to see. And like the way the ball bounces on the field, like when you make a pass that kind of bounces, it's really cool to see the ball move. So that there's the positive things about it.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
obviously
Improving like the
graphics is-
realistic lookingness, like how it looks like. I feel like right now when
yeah,
you jump
that's
for
like-
corners, sometimes they don't. It's not like I would call it smart jumping. They like kind of just jump up in the air. They don't really jump like they're heading a ball. They kind of jump and let their head hit the ball. So you're saying
Yeah,
like they'll like jump
they-
up and looks like a real player.
Yeah, but obviously they spend a lot of time fixing those things, and I don't know it's because they think that's the priority or because that's the easiest thing to fix for them. But anyways, that was good. So I guess what would be the next thing to talk about? I guess defending.
Yeah, because
so-
it's kind of going through like the pitch notes. I mean, obviously, again, it's kickoff, so I don't know if you can feel every fix there. But like with the pitch notes, they did say they were trying to fix the balance between AI and manual defending.
Yeah, I definitely felt a bit more manual, like tackles felt more clean. And definitely one thing that I noticed when I put a through ball, somebody put a through ball against me, I was like, the player wasn't chasing him. I had to go and manually switch to that player to make him alive so that he would actually get the ball. So that was definitely interesting.
With the tackling, one thing they noted is that, and again, it's like smart tackling. It's the mechanic when they go to tackle, they're going to try to pull it either into themselves or pass it to their teammate as they're sliding. Like, I don't know, FIFA 19, it feels like you make like a manual tackle, then it just bounces back to your opponent. But they said
Yeah,
they're going to try to focus on making it so you win the tackle towards your own team better.
I don't know if I felt that necessarily. I felt that I did come away with the ball a lot more than I would in FIFA.
Yeah.
So there were some tackles that were like really far from the player, and then I was able to sprint to get them, but that doesn't seem like the same thing that you're talking.
The new tackling is one of the things that I'm slightly worried about, because in past FIFAs, EA have managed to build up this reputation that every time they add a new mechanic, it's just super broken at the start and way overpowered. And I'm a bit scared that that will be the thing with the new planned tackling, is called, that it's just going to be a fest of spamming tackles through players' back, and it's not a foul and stuff like that. I really hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah, but I mean, I can only speak to what I played, and I didn't feel like that. So,
well, that's
again,
a good sign,
I'm not a good enough player maybe to figure out what is the meta in like 20 minutes. So
exactly, yeah. You only have a problem. Yeah. I don't know if they kick you out, but I don't know how many games you can play.
They do. Unfortunately, I'm not affiliated with EA, so I can't.
Yeah. You couldn't just sit there all day and like really test out every mechanic against different players, but. Yeah, I think it's still worth, like, it's cool to see, and it's also like from EA's marketing standpoint, it's a hype thing. Even though you're playing kickoff, it's still cool to, like, people want to know about it.
Yeah, I mean, but Stallion played the game a lot, and he said that my review was A+, so that's all I can say.
That's all right.
But anyways, so carrying on with the analysis, I guess. The one thing that felt weird is like team felt very exposed on over the top through balls. And it was just like the ball just, I guess all my fullbacks were always ahead, and you could just spam the ball, and fast transitions completely threw off the defense. But if you give them enough time, interceptions seem really overpowered.
So well, you think, like, well, as of right now, the build is push counterattacking style. They try to really just beat your opponent on the counter. Yeah.
I guess that seems like, it feels like possession game won't be. It'll be hard to do a possession game. You'll have to do quick transitions to break apart your.
Well, that's already bad news for me then.
Yeah. Like if you do possession, the interception is really strong, and like the way they press you is really, really powerful.
Are you talking about AI interceptions or manual interceptions right now when you say interceptions?
AI.
All right.
And when you played, were you against were you playing against someone, or were you just playing against the
I was playing against someone.
Okay, and I didn't know
like
that.
Someone like Cruz and Witzel were intercepting a lot in the midfield just by being in the right place, And like Dortmund would press me a lot, so I don't know if that's the tactic things. And like I had 3 players around me, and you got to pass the ball off when you have 3 people around you, right? So then I would pass the ball off, and a lot of the times you would get intercepted, and same for my opponent. But the slow players did feel like very useful in those situations with high interception stats.
That's good news, though. I like that slower players with good.
But again,
stats.
they'll
maybe
get
the passing as well. Did you feel that passing that was influential?
Yes, but hold on. Let me just frame my thoughts correctly. So the one thing that I'll say with the slow players is that the strong players felt like they were bullying everyone. Like you could bulldoze everyone in midfield and bully everyone, like kind of like Casemiro in real life. But the pace, if you are with the slow player and you are behind, you're not catching up.
That is good and bad. I get, I mean, that's good just in sense from pace matters, and so like if you're buying an expensive player, it's you're gonna get your values worth there, but then it becomes like, well, is it easy to, like you said, over the top through balls that just become super OP because once they get it behind with the over the top, it's you're not getting them. So yeah,
in terms of the passing, these players definitely feel good, and like Yeah, the passes were strong and the touch was really impressive. Like Tony Cruz, you fire a shot, a pass into him, and he touches the ball pretty well. But if you do it to Danny Carvajal, he just like the ball goes like 5 meters ahead of him. So
Yeah, I mean that's something we've talked about. I mean, one of our original things on the podcast was Joey was talking about like players like Cruz, specifically actually him just like being usable at the start of the year. Obviously, when special cards come out, that's okay. But like at the start of the year, he's a 90 overall that's really even not usable from the start. So hearing stuff like that maybe makes him more usable. Obviously, the pace balances that out. You still know
it
you're going to be
depends on
slow,
how. Yeah, it depends on how they like, how you structure your team, I suppose, and what formation you play. It probably matters, but
I like the sound of that generally. I think that sounds quite promising.
yeah,
That we have
but yeah,
a few
I
more
mean,
options and different possibilities
yeah,
of what to do in terms of player choice. I think that sounds really nice.
yeah, and there's new passing mechanics like with a dink through ball and a dink pass, which is really interesting. So that's kind of cool. You can like just dink the ball over, so it kind of stops the auto lunge, like you can go over it. But in terms of auto lunges, they're still there. So crosses didn't seem, yeah, I guess with passing, just moving on to passing seemed fine. I didn't test it too much. I just mentioned with the driven pass being not as effective. But crosses didn't feel that effective, but floaters definitely felt quite effective. It's like some sort of glitch where team just doesn't react to floating crosses.
yeah. So like, is that the
Yeah.
LB cross or?
Yeah, kind
Yeah,
of. Yeah,
yeah,
if
yeah.
it's just
It's
bouncing
sort of a
around the box.
Yeah.
similar
I
thing
saw
in
it
this
from
FIFA. I feel.
yeah, but no, it was actually I felt like a bug. Like nobody would move. So
Jesus.
I did a kickoff. Accidentally shot the ball from kickoff, and the ball went, and it was just bouncing, and the keeper just everyone was just watching the
Watching it,
ball
like
bounce
wait for
out.
it. Yeah.
And
Oh
then I
God.
almost got there. Yeah, so that's a concern. But the El Tornado is definitely a cross is not a big thing. But when speaking of El Tornado and skill moves, uh, I think the main thing is that they have added a error component to skill moves. So if you spam a skill move, it gets progressively worse.
Yep. And so that is noticeable. I know someone like R9 Rye was talking about that. He's like, yeah, I get spamming the same skill move as like the luck Arcata this year. You can just basically luck Arcata down the entire field without any error, unless you happen to get that
Yeah,
one bug where they kick it way ahead of them. But
Yeah.
is it? What about skill like different skill moves put into the combo?
combos
Yeah.
seem fine. I combos seem fine as I
Okay.
mentioned.
It's when you
That's
spam the
good,
same
man. I
skill
like
move.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I really like
So
that.
like the text elastico shit, that's
Yeah.
never gonna work anymore. So
Yeah, I think that's good. I think spamming the same skill move is annoying, but like I think having skill combos and being like a good skiller should still be an effective way to play. So that makes sense,
yeah,
especially from like a
I'm not
locker cutter.
sure. Yeah, I did some combos and they seemed okay. I'm pretty okay with skills, so like I guess I can speak on that
Yeah, as I said, I
side.
think
But
if we were gonna ask anyone, that'd be a good person. What about shooting? Like, did you notice like first times, volleys, anything like that?
yeah, volleys seem overpowered still, and long shots seem very overpowered.
Yeah, I mean, long shots have
Which
been a thing forever, so I didn't imagine they were fixed with long shots, but I was hoping maybe
yeah,
volleys were.
and yeah, like I flicked up one with was it Firmino, and the dip on it was insane. He didn't go in, but it was not good. And then first times were also didn't like they said they fixed them or they made them better, but all I can say is definitely didn't feel like as good as I would think they would feel like but because I was playing against Bale and he just shot a random first time shot, he was falling down and it curved all the way to the back post and I was like, oh my god, that just seems kind of too dangerous. And my friend also hit the bar a few times when he was just shot from random places. So.
Yeah. So is that
And
just like shooting
but
all like so shooting all together just kind of feels similar and not? I mean,
no, I mean, well, let me break it down. Like the long shots still feels very strong. Weak foot shots seem way too strong to what they should be. Like the stat doesn't reflect like what they say about like how uh if you have a 3-star weak foot, your shot will be like 3/5 of what your actual capacity is.
yeah. I think they that was debunked this year. I think they fixed that this year. Nepo was talking about that how it's not that anymore. But yeah,
Yeah, I heard
it,
that as well.
yeah,
That is
it
a bit
doesn't.
more scaled
Yeah,
up.
it didn't quite work. I mean, it definitely felt overpowered. Anyways, the dips and the dip on first volleys felt really strong, so I'm concerned about that. Finishing 1v1 is not uh, it's not consistent enough to be good enough,
yeah,
in my
with
opinion.
the good
Wow,
players, it's still like
man.
yeah. Is that the goalie save? When you say inconsistent, is that the goalie saving it, or is that just like not even putting it in a
No,
good
you just
spot?
miss it.
Yeah,
It's like you shoot such a powerful shot, but it just misses the goal.
yep.
Like green time with Firmino, come on, or Salah, you expect that to go in, but
That
it felt like
sounds like
I scored.
that's issues, man.
Yeah, it felt like I was having more dangerous shots with first time shots and long shots and volleys.
Okay, yeah. I
I mean,
you think they would have put a lot of
that's a
priority
bit
on that?
concerning.
Yeah.
I think that
Yeah.
that was one of the main things from this year. That one v one finishing is just so broken, which is one of the reasons why people just revert to El Tornado crossing and first time volleying, is because you can't finish 1v1 against the keeper. That coupled with just the one bar drop back kind of thing
Mm-hmm.
being way
Yeah.
too overpowered, it's just not a good look. So I was putting
Yeah.
big hopes into the shooting being fixed, but when you now say that 1v1's green time still go wide, that is a bit concerning.
Yeah, that's why I
I
asked you about
mean,
the goalies. Cause I was gonna ask if the goalies felt different, like at all this year, like at all, like from what you noticed. But if they're missing the net, it's kind of hard to even kind of tell on that.
yeah, I didn't feel like they were overly. They saved everything they should,
Yeah,
and the movement is still there, but not to. It didn't feel like I could save anything by moving the keeper anyway. So I don't know. The goals that we scored were mostly like cross corners that were just bouncing around and rebounded to the right player. So it was most of the. So I don't know. I don't know what to say about that.
yeah.
But yeah, those were definitely. That was like two of the 5 goals we scored were just two crosses that just rebounded into like whatever. So
That's weird. Yeah. So yeah, crossing, volleying. Yeah, still think makes sense. I love that. I mean, there was some positives there, though. We said defending and the midfield and how that played in passing. So I mean, at least there's
the
positives
dribbling
there.
definitely
But
a plus, but like the dribbling is definitely a plus. But the shooting, something needs to be done about it. I hope they fix it, but
it's hard. I mean, what are they? They're known for not. I feel like they're very poor at fixing something once it's out. So I mean, obviously it's not fully out. It's EA play. It's a very early build, but
Yeah, that's what I'm putting.
yeah, I mean the green time is just I don't know. It doesn't feel like a very useful feature, in my opinion. So and maybe that's causing more confusion. And this whole composure stat also should just be removed from the game. I think it just
well,
sometimes it
we've talked
feels
about
like
that.
that.
How they, I feel like the composure's like something I think I said because Joey is one of them that looks right at the composure first like stat. I said I think they put the composure in so they can't make like some of these SBCs overpowered. Because like you'll see like a good flashback SBC and then all of a sudden their composure's like 79, and it's like well he's like basically unusable at this point.
And the stamina is horrible as well.
Yeah, stamina.
The thing
and
is, though,
composure are used to balance SBCs.
before I make the call to have certain stats or whatever removed from the game or even added, if we're talking about new stats, I just want to know how they work in as much detail as possible because we frankly we don't know anything really
Yeah,
Yeah,
in terms
but
of how the
it's just
stats correlate with each other.
it's just so hard to really discern like what it means and what doesn't mean because as we said the weak foot stuff, they said one thing but it doesn't work
Yeah.
like that,
yeah.
Just our
So
the information we have is not only very little anyway. It's just probably not even up to date anymore. And I think we have to know how the game works at the very core. I think that is very important because every other esport does it as well. In like League of Legends and stuff, you know exactly how the game works. In FIFA, we know nothing. We know how to perform certain actions with a controller, but we don't know how the game itself works in terms of the stats and what happens in the background and stuff. And I think that is very important.
yeah, but again, so yeah, ultimately I felt like cautiously optimistic. I don't know. I'm the neutral. The shooting is one of the biggest things that needs to be fixed, and you need to consistently score 1v1s for it to be good, and that's definitely not there yet. So that's all I can.
Yeah, and so yeah, that's why I didn't want to have like a too long like this was a good conversation of the gameplay because again, it is early stages, it is EA play, it's kickoff. So again, at the end of the day, you really can only pull so much information from it. But I did want to ask, when you finished playing, or after that, did you just leave? Did you just get kicked out, or was there like a feedback at all? Like, could you give any feedback?
No, but I did talk. I managed to. I DM'd Zaro and he came out to meet me and we talked a bit about different things.
Okay.
So I kind of gave him some feedback there, but apparently they were asking for some feedback for like at some points from people. So, I like random times. So that's all I can say. But,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's
not
fine.
from me specifically. I did talk to Zaro, so
Yeah.
I guess I had the privilege to talk to him. So that was really nice. We talked to him for like 45 minutes in an hour.
Yeah, it's good by him, but yeah, it is a little, like, I know you said they had, like, from what you've heard, random feedback sessions, but to not, like, if you're waiting in line for that long to play for such a short amount of time, I don't know how, like, there's not someone, like, just sitting there for feedback from everyone. Like, obviously there's a lot of people going in and out, but they could have cycled through.
What they should do is let you fill out a form after you finish playing online.
Yes, yeah. Has like they could have set the questions ahead of time, and it's like, yeah, like what positives, negatives, because I mean, like, you have shared positives. It wasn't like you were just gonna go in and bash them with all negatives. Like,
yeah, but apparently I'm a yay shill, so sorry.
True.
I guess
True. If you don't completely hate the game and want to blow your brains out, then you obviously work for EA.
Not even that. If you say one thing that's
positive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Be like, I like how my
world paid to say this, man.
Yeah. So yeah, there's no win situation, some of those things. But yeah, I'm disappointed a little bit on the feedback, but hopefully they will take the feedback that they did receive and go from there.
I mean, I think for me the most interesting thing was just definitely talking to Zaro and understanding their perspective, and that's what I kind of try to do, as opposed to and just try to understand where they think about. So for me, gameplay was one thing. I think that's the main thing about EA Play that I enjoyed, or actually learned from.
Yeah. Because I think FUT outside of gameplay is in a good spot right now. I don't know. This year felt. I mean, obviously there's always stuff they can improve every year, but those are like easier in terms of like content, in terms of kind of like what they've done. I think they've. I mean, you go back even to like 2 years, FIFA 17, FIFA 16. The content improvement since then is.
Yeah, definitely. Content's improved a lot and stuff, but it just feels like with a little bit more effort, they could make it so much better, and I think that's why everyone gets frustrated.
Yeah,
and it's like they just let us down. I don't know, when it's such a simple thing like this upgrades right now. Like, come on, like I would be
that's pretty
never sleeping to do upgrades, and they give us this instead. Like it makes no sense to me.
You just can't grind them, which is the disappointing thing. There's no way to continuously do these upgrades without having to spend an absolute crap ton of coins on these players. It's just sad.
From what I can tell, there's definitely a disconnect with the community and what EA thinks and wants. So, but yeah, and I think the problem is also there are a lot of casuals who will do these things no matter what. Like, SBCs that I think are overpriced and stuff. The stats might tell them that, look, people are all doing the SBCs, so let's just keep going.
Yep.
So that's a huge problem too. And like by default, corporations are not adventurous. And they don't want to change what's working. So
yeah, that's something I've said about the FIFA point side, is that like, why as much as EA should, you want companies, corporations that go and try to make the game better no matter what. Like, even if people are enjoying it, they just always are trying to improve. I think as much as I don't like Fortnite kind of does that. No matter how popular it's gotten, it's always tried to find ways to improve and pretty proactive over reactive, where. But at the same time, as I've argued for EA in the sense that they're still making a crap ton of money on FIFA points, and they clearly haven't hit if it truly hits their bottom line, then we'll actually see some massive improvements to the game. But until then, it's kind of hard, and it's like you want to. That's corporate social responsibility and all that,
But what they don't understand is that people would spend more points, like if they made the changes, and they're not willing to take that leap of faith of putting a bit of cost into the. It's like, it's so weird. It's like the Avengers movie, when they produced them well and stuff, people went and watched them even though they cost a bit more, So I don't know. It's just a weird thing for me for them not to realize this by this point.
Yeah,
I don't really understand some of the decisions either. It's just I don't understand this mentality of what it seems like for me sometimes, just trying to suck out every last penny out of their customers, because that's what for me it looks like they're trying to do. Whereas when they do things for the community that make them happy, I'd be much more inclined to spend money on a game that I enjoy so much, rather than
you
this
do
is.
anyways. So.
I mean, yeah. I'm not the person to be compared with here because I'm stupid like this. So
Yeah, but that's the hard part too. It's not your fault. It's not like we're saying the whole game's on like people like you, but like there is still so much FIFA points being spent that I know they don't think that the game is like perfect, but there's also no reason for them to improve it in their eyes if there is money still being made there.
No, I think the whole taking money out of their customers, I think that's just every corporation.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, they have a fiduciary responsibility to that, so like that's fine. But the thing is, I would make the argument that people would just spend more if they had
That's
better.
something I've said too. Like I know I've only spent maybe $100, $200 this year, tops. I'll say 200.
Yeah.
But I haven't bought FIFA points since Team of the Year, I don't think. With FIFA points pack opening, something that was brought up in the chat that I was gonna talk about a little bit later. I want to get the FIFA 20 talk out of the way with EA Play, but with pack openings, the whole debate going on legality of pack openings, gambling. Do you make FUT 18 plus or whatever the rules are in that country? There was the video that came out talking about pack openings, surprise mechanics.
right mechanics.
And then talk about Kinder eggs and all that stuff. But what are either of you? What are your thoughts on kind of that video if you've seen it, and if not, we'll just like that kind of talk about is pack opening gambling and so on.
It's ridiculous to me that it just. I mean, I understand what EA like. Oh, we'll just do what's good for our business, But what I'm ashamed of is these politicians, man, and it's just so sad that corporations have so much say and decision making in our day and age, and not just in FUT and everything. Like, money drives this world, and it's sad to see that the politicians who have a responsibility towards their people that they've been elected to serve have completely abandoned that, and they don't even take the time to understand what the true problem is. So
that was So I don't want to get too much into completely politics, but in the sense that those guys talking have no
politics. So
it is. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. These politicians have no clue what they're even talking about going in. Their EA was I don't want to say EA necessarily, but it was. But giving them money to be for them in the sense that you said money drives the world. These big corporations drive the world. It's not that the politicians are taking money to lie. I think they just have no clue what they're even talking about going in. I think
some of the politicians do change their mind after they get promised certain amounts of money for their re-election, etc., and supports like that. So, I mean, not everyone, but I think that at least a lot of it, especially in the U.S. as well, definitely have that. Because, I mean, lobbying is, in a way, bribery. So.
Oh, definitely, 100%, yeah.
Yes, so. Therefore, I mean, what can we do? I think the only way is if you embarrass the politicians enough, that's the only time they'll care about it. The same way, like, Jon Stewart did what he did at the Congress. That's the only time they'll be called upon action to do something, because then their reputation's online, and everyone only cares about re-election. So
it's just sad that it is that way, man. It's really disappointing, but that's sadly how things work. Yeah.
But it kind of speaks to the mindset of EA as well. Like there's a disconnect between Zaro and all these people, and then the executives. So that's the executives' aim is to make profit as much as they want.
Yeah, no, I feel bad for like you said. Zaro came and talked to you for an hour. That's awesome to hear, and like it is sad when you think like this FIFA, even like the FIFA team as a whole, like. Their probably idea of what FIFA should be and what FIFA is versus what the executives
don't get me wrong. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I do think that sometimes they do have some flaws. Like, I feel like obviously Zaro's very, very positive about things, and sometimes he feels like we fixed that. That should be better. But like he have to take a step back and realize if people are still saying that it's not good, then it's not good, And it's like you shouldn't always put it upon people being like having a narrative against EA, and there are people who are legitimate that have feedback. So, and I feel like sometimes that he doesn't like. Yes, like you have to have both sides of the coin.
I do think it is refreshing when we see like the few times this year that EA have said like that they messed up, which is again very few. I think it is very refreshing for them because, like you said, the Zara. If you read Zara's Twitter, it's all positive. It's only positive tweets about like stuff being fixed or they're working on it and stuff like that. It's hard for them to be negative. I think allowing a little bit of that negative just puts them in like a realistic state.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, our community sucks like a lot, and people just want to believe like whatever, whatever. I mean, I don't want to get too much into that, but anyways, that's just what it is.
You have a whole podcast on the community. We have had a whole podcast on the community and the positive negatives there, but yeah, I just thought that surprise mechanics was crazy, and this we had to bring it up. Like, I think everyone's kind of on the same page with it.
Bullshit way of wording it, man. Surprise mechanics. Who thought of that? It's just.
I mean, it's not stupid it's stupid for us, but it worked in the sense of the concept.
Yeah, but listen to what this.
Like that's their aim. Like we shouldn't.
Obviously, like you have to expect her to take part for EA. Obviously, right? That's what she's there for. I'm not expecting her to say, yeah, well, I mean, this is a scam. Never gonna happen. But when she said they think is quite fun and quite ethical, that already sounds like they know it's not. That already sounds like they're lying to me. Say, "Oh, it's quite ethical," It's not. It's a scam, is what it is, man. And just the wording, I find it so funny. Who decided to call it surprise mechanic? It sounds hilarious, man.
I mean, there's probably their legal team and like deciding a way to keep the thing, but whatever.
I mean, calling it surprise mechanic sounds fun, and that's like the
just
the idea
try
they're pushing.
your best not to call it loot boxes or online gambling or whatever, or microtransaction to call it.
One thing you mentioned, Felix, that you might not know this commercial because I don't know if it's a US only commercial, but the way you said the quite fun and quite enjoyable and all that stuff, it reminds me of the commercials that have been coming out where it's just okay is not okay.
Exactly.
Have you seen those? Yeah, they're pretty funny, but like the way you said they worded it, it's like, oh yeah, FIFA point, like buying FIFA points as like a 12-year-old, it's okay.
Yeah, it sounded exactly like this. It sounded like she was not believing in what she said. It's quite fun and quite ethical. You might as well say, no, it isn't. Because if you really believe it is, then you say, yes, I think this is ethical, and I think this is fun and enjoyable for the people who do this. And
I mean, if it was so ethical, they wouldn't even be under investigation.
Yeah. They wouldn't feel the need to defend themselves, yeah.
Let's be real. Like,
if you're defending yourself, like they always say, like, if you're defending yourself,
whatever she would have said, whatever she could have said there, she would have lost. But the community would have slated her left, right, and center. It was always going to happen. Because she's representing EA, which is the object of hate in this kind of debate for everyone, really, isn't it? So it's a terrible thing for them. I don't know. It
is funny, but so
I mean, ultimately, this is. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just saying.
Ultimately, this is just politics argument, and we're not gonna get anywhere because there needs to be a major reform to overall in our political system to change anything about this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that accessing stores within video games should be 18 plus, or do you think there should be an age limit or?
Yeah, I think so, man.
Yeah, I think
because there's obviously ways around it, but I feel like the car, like, so the easiest way would be like your card knows your age, like I don't know. At least my debit card, to get a debit card, you have to like know like what age you are because it's going to be through your social security and all that stuff. So they're going to know the age. So if a parent puts a kid, it's going back to like my mom used to buy me GTA. You used to not be able to, like, you can't buy M-rated games if they can't be under 18. So my mom used to buy me GTA. That is not the parent saying, yes, my kid's able to play this. I think if the parent puts their debit card onto FIFA or onto Xbox, whatever, that's them saying, yes, my kid can play an 18-plus version of the game. And I think, as much as it probably doesn't stop a ton of people, I think it stops enough and then puts the responsibility on the parents at that point to monitor their kids' spending. I don't know. I think that's the easiest way to fix it for the short term, because I do think it should be like 18-plus or somewhere around there.
It would also mean that competitors would have to be 16, like 18-plus to compete, so...
Mm-hmm.
So you have to keep that in mind. If you make the game 18 plus, then I think people like Tex wouldn't have been able to play.
Well, no, not the game. So,
no, but then how did they get access to the game if they're not? You know what I'm saying? Like Like how did they even play the game when it's not even a 16 plus, like 18 plus?
Yeah, no. I was trying to think of like just strictly FUT within FUT. Like or to access maybe FIFA Online. So you can buy FIFA. FIFA still got the E on the cover, but so you can buy the game and you can play the career mode and stuff like that. But to access FUT or something like that, or access the store within FUT. So if you wanted, if you were able to do like a Road to Glory, you just can't buy FIFA points unless you're 18 plus. Again, I'm not. We say this every time we get into these kind of sessions. I'm not a programmer. I don't know how to program video games like that or stores like that, but. If there's a way to only access the store so they can still play the game can stay that E rating.
I'm pretty sure like Australia found a way to make it such that only 18 plus can watch porn. So if they can figure that out,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. No, that's why I said I think this has to the ability has to exist. It's just I stopped the conversation at saying this should exist, but I'm not going to give you how it should exist because I just don't want to put myself out there. I have no clue how programming works. But I got to imagine having the game still be E for everyone, but having the store be restricted to 18 plus. There's got to be a way to be able to do that.
Yeah, maybe.
Because there is ways to play. I mean, you're on here. You know there is ways to play FUT without spending money, FIFA points.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. All I was going to say, just notice how quiet Felix got when we mentioned how Australia only has 18 plus porn.
He's like, well, I'm not moving to Australia.
Oh man, I thought we were gonna mug off Joey today, man. How am I suddenly the victim?
You're always the victim.
Oh, that's tough, man. Oh god, what have I gotten into here? Jesus, this has gone from bad to worse.
Anyways, you guys, any other thoughts, questions, or?
Do you want to? I mean, we talked about it before we started recording, but we usually do like the first set. We usually start with it, but I want to get the the EA play in. But we talk about how the weekend's going, what team of the season's out so far. So like with Ultimate Tots out, I know the answer, but what have you been doing for Weekend League? And how's that been going for you during Ultimate Tots?
I played a couple games and it's just so annoying that I don't want to play anymore. So I don't know. I don't find enjoyment in like sweating my balls off for like a couple red cards. Maybe I'll do it like when I don't know. I don't feel like it right now. It's not a priority in my life to do that. Like some people like will sell their family to get a couple an extra red pick. So I'm not like that. So.
And
I can't do that either anymore. At least already happened.
He's already sold his family for that one time he got top 100. He sold his family for that.
Yeah, still trying to fight. I'm still trying to kind of track where they've been shipped to. Actually, so
it's just I don't know if you saw.
I'm trying to get them back to sell them again.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw my tweet about like deserving to win or lose. That tweet.
I think I missed that one.
And at least the responses were startling in many ways. Like I was I wasn't surprised, but I was saddened by how people play.
Do you ever feel bad about a victory?
Yeah, that's the one. And it's just like people are so hypocrites in many ways about like complaining about people playing a certain way, and then they go on and do the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they just think that victory is all that matters. They don't even feel bad. They just think that they only feel bad when they deserve to win, in their opinions. But they always only deserve to win when they lose, and they never deserve to lose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, I think that is one of the biggest pieces, and that's how I think some people have gone on to improve, is actually being able to admit themselves when they deserve to. It's like this weekend, like I said like my gameplay's been fantastic in terms of connection to the server. Obviously there's still like all the stuff that happens within a game of FIFA that makes you want to blow your brains out, but at least my connection to the server. So I feel like when I have lost this weekend, like outside of me just rage quitting at 1-0 sometimes, I feel like I've been able to say to myself like, yeah, that guy's just a better player. Like for me, Ultimate Tots so far has been, even though I'm at like a low skill level or whatever, I'm still matching up against like high quality opponents, just given the amount of people within Weekend League this weekend. So I've been able to like say like I've been getting frustrated at FIFA and myself for being bad at the game, but I've been able to at least admit when I've lost, and I think that's helpful in terms of mental capacity of playing FIFA. and so on. Because I think even you, Felix, like as much as I think, I mean, you only lose 3 or 4 games a weekend as it is, anyways, maybe 5. But
Depends how it's going, yeah.
So it's there's only 5 games for you to really look at, but you always say like there's always that 1 or 2 that you probably just did deserve to lose. And I think this weekend at least I've seen already 3 times. You said I have scammed that opponent and I've just beat like who was it? It was one of the pros you played, but you completely scammed.
Yeah, I played a streamer called Hollywood 285. He's an Italian streamer, so sadly I cannot understand a single word he's saying in his stream. But he's Elite 1, top 100 caliber player, somewhere in between there. I believe he's gotten top 100 once or twice before as well. At least I've seen his name. He's a quality player, man, and I think he deserved to win that game. I ended up winning 4-3 in the last minute of the game as well, which was very unfortunate for him. He just outplayed me, man. He had so many good chances that he didn't score from, and I didn't have as many chances and just happened to be maybe clinical, maybe lucky, probably lucky, definitely lucky. Yeah, it happens, man. There's nothing you can do. That's sadly how the game works. Sometimes you just get screwed over, and in this case, he happened to suffer from that, and I benefited.
Too, like how people play. Like if you're gonna pass around the back for 50 minutes, like at least I expect you to feel bad about it at the end of it. But people don't.
Yeah, I don't like doing it when I do it. It depends what the game was like before as well. If I pass around the back and I've been absolutely dominated, I'm obviously just trying to win, right? But it's not a nice thing to do, and it's kind of sad that it works that well. But sometimes I'm just passing around the back because I'm literally just triggered at what's happened in the game because I've been dominating, and for some reason it's still close, because that can happen as well. And then I don't feel that bad. I'm just annoyed that I have to resort to this. It's kind of a different.
That's a distinction. Back. That's not what I'm talking about.
It's a difference. There is a difference. But my matchmaking generally this weekend, if we're going to talk about it, has been a bit crazy. I've played 3 big streamers, actually. The Hollywood dude we just talked about, he gets like 300, 400 viewers, pretty big Italian streamer. I played Fuji before that, the same night. I won that game 3-2. That was genuinely just an absolute torture to play. It was horrendous gameplay, slow, delayed. It was the same for him as well. I saw him on the stream just complaining that he couldn't play the way he wanted to. Neither could I, so I don't think it would be fair to call a deserved or undeserved winner or loser in that game. It's not a fair match anyway when the gameplay is shit.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean I don't mind playing these people. I just wish the gameplay was decent when I play them, so I can enjoy the game FIFA 19 even though it's bad. I can enjoy it when the gameplay is decent. I can get fun out of it. But when it is like this, I just hate every second of it, even when I'm winning. And it was the same when I played Bruce Granick earlier today. Won that game 1-0. Same horrible gameplay than against Fuji. I find it funny, man, that I played 3 really big streamers in one weekend. It's just coincidence, isn't it?
Yeah. What's your record?
I'm currently 22-2. I stopped after that game against Bruce Granick earlier this evening because I just couldn't deal with the gameplay, man. I didn't want to do this to myself.
And you're finishing out?
I'm going to finish my games after the pod is done.
Yeah. So I'm like, if I kind of explain my weekend, I don't even know what my record is. I just said I got gold 3 before we started. It was on the stream, but yeah, I mean it's 100% my last weekend league of the year. So like I might just stop at gold 3 because again like something Nagia said, what's the point of an extra red pick really, or like what is a red card really doing to me to make me want to keep playing after I just said like I'm not playing again for the rest of the year, like so there's that. I mean, Tommy, you're in the chat. I have to say this. I mean, if you watch his Twitter video of him deleting his entire, quick selling his entire team and then deleting his club was pretty funny. But I think that's how a lot of us feel at this point. I mean, not a lot of people will go to that extent, but I think that's how a lot of us at least feel. So we might get him on next week and talk about that if we can figure out some times there. But yeah, there's really not much else going on with FIFA at this moment, so I appreciate Agia for coming on, talking the original podcast crew. Actually, if you want to go back when we all had more time.
Oh yeah, I remember the armchair analyst, innit?
Yeah, we were so bring back old memories there when we had more time to record and stuff like that. So he wasn't flying back and forth between California and Minnesota daily, seems.
Well, weekly. Anyway,
it's crazy, but yeah. So I appreciate you coming on.
Thanks.
I think really good discussion about FIFA 20 and kind of what we're seeing early stages. So take that with a grain of salt with everything in terms of gameplay there. But I appreciate anyone for listening. We will be leaving all of the Gia's links down below, so you can follow him on Twitter and get that trading advice. Get in the Discord as well. I believe that's probably on your Twitter somewhere. I don't think leaving a Discord link on a podcast really works in terms of like connecting to it. But so you'll find his Discord link somewhere on his Twitter. So follow him on Twitter. That'll be down below. Follow him on Twitch as well when he goes live and gives that trading advice out. But yeah, thank you for joining us. Thank you again, Felix, for being on always. And go kill yourself and get those final 6 wins and hit top. Can you hit top? If you go 6 more wins on Xbox, it's top 100, right?
I don't know my skill rating, but it's going to be a challenge and a half to get in with 28 this week. I don't think I can do it.
Oh damn. But yeah, so
it's sad.
With that, thank you for
I
chilling.
get 20 wins though.
There you go. Get whatever you need to. I don't know. I find it so hard to even get excited talking about Weekend League anymore. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. Subscribe to the podcast if you did enjoy. Follow us all on Twitter. And yeah, subscribe on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Play. Thank you guys for listening as always, and we will see you next time.
See you. I think I just broke my
We
shit.
didn't even get a see you from Agia. That's sad.
Well, you said see it too quickly. I was.
Him and
Sorry,
Joey have a
just
time. They always try to time it, so they say it at the exact same time.
I'm in a bit of a bad spot right now.
Did you
I've hit my
funny bone?
hit my shin on the desk.
That was the funny bone. Which is
I was
never funny.
like sitting with my foot rested on the seat and kind of hugging my knee, kind of thing, or using my knee as an armrest. And I wanted to put my leg down and smashed it on the desk so hard. Oh, I'm dying, man.
You gotta.
Jesus Christ, that was bad.
He's lying. He basically was wearing really tight jeans and a really big boner when he heard about.
It's
someone to
35
win.
degrees outside. Fuck, am I wearing? Also, you said big bone. I appreciate that.
I mean, it's
Big for now.
relative. Yeah, exactly.
Not relative in size to your forehead.
Oh, come on, man. How is Joey not the one getting steak today? This is not fair, is it?
He already got it for not showing up.
I mean, yeah, well, Joey is Joey, so he doesn't need to be roasted. He does that himself.
Italian fraud.
To be fair, Felix is kind of the same.
Hey, what you mean, man? I'm not Italian.
You roast yourself.
I roast myself, yeah. I mean,
I mean,
if everyone else is roasting me, I might as well indulge in it and get a bit of the fun as well.
That's true.
I mean, what am I going to do? Get triggered about it? That's not my better, so...
I don't know.
Yeah, alright, I'm going to hop off anyway
Yeah,
then.
it's a nice day out. I'm gonna go run around. It's 82 degrees, so go run around and see what happens. Maybe not be as fat, but so the podcast will be on tonight. So I'll let you know.
Oh, you
it's
signed
up.
up for the
Are you sure you don't want to play FIFA? Come on, man.
I would rather not. I'll play FIFA when it's dark out and I can hide in a dark corner. But yes, I did sign up for the gym, but I'm gonna go play outside and run around on the field that's near me. There's two nets.
I'm going to go
There's
to
some
the gym
nets set up.
tomorrow again. Tomorrow, Wednesday, and Saturday, I think I'll go this next. Because I've got loads of time. Wednesday, I've got a practical exam in the morning that I need for school, and after that, I'm essentially on holiday because I refused to do a lot on Thursday and Friday at work. I've been working my ass off last week. I need a bit of a break, man.
Sounds enjoyable, Tommy. I would rather probably be drinking, but I'm gonna go try to get a run in. So we'll see how that works. But yeah, again, thanks for Gia coming on. Appreciate the live.
Bye,
See ya.
Tommy.
I'm
What
out,
the
bros.
fuck am I fucking gonna do? Oh, that's the best meme of the year.
See ya.